Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Our next guest might be a familiar face, especially if you've watched Dogs on Netflix. Jackie Boulton was featured on the docuseries and joins us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
You brought with you some friends.
I did. This is Sasha and this is Emma. Emma was the one that was on the series.
So I've got to ask you, a lot of people thinking, Calgary and on a Netflix series, how did this come to be?
They called me in October of 2017 at the shop, and it was a producer from Netflix. I thought it was a prank call. I really did, because he said, "Hi, I'm Jeff calling from Netflix. We're featuring a dog grooming docuseries, and we want to feature you as the Canadian representative."
And didn't believe it.
Not at the time, no, but he convinced me, and I still kind of thought it was a joke. And he said, well, we'll be filming it in February in California. And it was a show that I was going to. And he said, I'll call you closer to the time and let you know what's expected. And sure enough, he called. So
fast forward a year later, and It's out on Netflix.
Yeah, it is.
So you groom day to day at Mucky Pups?
It is, yeah.
Here in Calgary. But you also take part in the competition world. Yeah. But it's not the dog competitions that we're thinking of when it comes to breed and structure and build. This is clearly on haircuts and styling.
Yep. That's all they're judging. I mean, you do want a nice-looking dog, obviously, but you can use a mixed breed as well in some of the classes, which is nice. So lots of dogs that don't make it to Westminster and that kind of thing, and your everyday pet can do what I do with them at the shows.
Now, I've got to ask, I'm just looking at Sasha and Emma here, the hair, how do you get it to stay like this? Incredibly soft, but do you actually use product on the dogs?
Absolutely, we do. Especially day of a competition, there's a lot of prep that goes into it. Weeks ahead, you want to have the coat in really healthy, good condition. But the day of the contest, they're bathed, and we would use usually a volumizing shampoo, just like you would want with your own hair. Sometimes we put a bodifying spray in. Because as you can see, they kind of have flop knots, what we call them. So we would use hairspray. It's all pet-friendly, made for dogs.
Oh, so specific.
It is, yep. It's actually every bit as good as what human grade use. I use it on my own hair a lot of times, so there's a lot of prep that goes into it.
So we're bringing up a before and after. There's a before on the top right. And you were saying actually before the show, you have to grow out the dog's hair so the judges can see them kind of au naturel, and then you groom them at the show.
That's right. Yeah. You have, depending on the breed and the class, you have a certain time frame to do the groom. But you come in with the dog prepped. You're prejudged. So the judge is looking for how much coat you have, the difficulty that you have to work with, whether it's a provided dog or your own dog. We don't always use our own dogs. Lots of times, like the pictures I showed, were provided dogs. And so they go over the dog to see what you have to work with, and then they know what they're going to end up with the end result.
Now, there's trends.
Yeah.
Just like in, human hair fashions, there's trends in dog fashions. And one of the things that we're seeing is something you said is called Asian fusion. Now, explain this, and we do have a picture to show you.
Right. So
that's cute.
It is very cute. It's obviously been in Japan for quite some time. It's newer in North America at the contests, but a lot of the Japanese groomers do it. It's starting to catch on. It's very whimsical and cute. They do this in their own salons, a lot of this type of grooming, too.
Cartoonish.
It is cartoonish, but it's really, really cute. And functional, because the bodies are kept short, the legs are fuller, so it's an easier groom if the client wants that.
Great.
It's a little harder to convince some of the clients to be brave enough to try it, though.
I bet. There you go. If you're looking for a new style for your pup, check out Jackie at Mucky Pups here in Calgary. Very cute. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Lots to come on the show. News, weather, and traffic coming up after the break.